All right, what's going on? Let's get down with a little bit of story time. All right. Whoa, hold up. I feel like, every time I'm recording a video, I'm wearing a hoodie. Maybe that'll be just like my trademark. I don't know. But I always feel like I got a hoodie on. But it's hoodie weather, man. So, what do you expect? So, so welcome back to my channel. This is part of my Veda challenge, or sssveda, where I'll be vlogging every day in April. I've been trying to keep up with it so far. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job, and trying to take like moments and opportunities like these to, do a little vlog. So I'm in the car right now. Let me straighten this camera out a little bit. It's a little crooked. All right, so there we go. That's a little bit better. All right, so anyway, I thought I would tell a quick little story, and this story is about fear. And it's a story that just kind of like was personal to my life, and it was kind of like a little bit of a transformation, I guess you can say. It's one of those stories where you go deep down inside and you learn something new about yourself. And it all started a couple years ago on a ski trip. So I went skiing a couple of times. I didn't grow up skiing. I wasn't a big skier, but I always wanted to go skiing. And the first time I ever got the opportunity, I went with a couple friends up in Pennsylvania. A friend of mine, he has like a mountain house or whatever the case may be, and we went up there and we went skiing one weekend. I was super excited. I never been before, and I grew up doing skateboarding, BMX, so I was always into that type of stuff. So when we first went skiing, I wanted to go snowboarding because I was like, dude, I always wanted to surf or something like that, and I figured being on a skateboard, I'd be pretty good at it. But my buddy had told me, he said, listen, man, if this is your first time and you want to have fun, you want to pick it up quicker, we were only going for one day. He was like, I suggest skiing. So I tried it out, and man, the first day I was on that mountain, dude, it was actually a perfect situation for a first timer, because the night before it had snowed 14 inches. So 14 inches of fresh powder, as the skiers would say, if that's what you call them, skiers, I don't know. But 14 inches of fresh powder. Every trail that you can imagine was open. Everything, jumps, ones with the moguls and all that other, good stuff. And I remember, dude, that day I was falling all over the place, man. I got on that mountain, dude, and I was flying, man. And these weren't even mountains, dude. These were hills, yo. And I was flying. I was falling all over the place, dude. I mean, it had got to a point where I was on one of the mountains. It was a bunch of moguls where, it's doop, 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 right? And I seen that, man. I popped them skis off. I just got off, just walked down the mountain, man, because I was like, no. But by the end of the night, we had went all damn day. And by the end of the night, though, I was getting the hang of it. I was starting to get down the mountains without falling, and able to get a run in, and learning to carve and learning to stop and everything else. So, it turned out to be a really fun experience. Well, the very next time we went, it didn't snow 14 inches, right? This was the second time we went, right? But this time around, I was pretty good, right? Looks like everybody's getting out of school right now. All right, but this time around, I was pretty good, right? I was cutting, I was carving, I was skiing backwards. I was going off jumps, all types of stuff, man. I lost my mind, dude. I was having a blast out there, and I had got the hang of it, so I wasn't falling and stuff all over the place. And thank God I wasn't, because it didn't snow the night before, and that snow was pretty packed, so that stuff hurts pretty bad. So just gonna pull up into this parking spot real quick. I always feel like I park crooked here, man. I just I can't get it. There's a pole back there, you can probably see it, but when it comes to this spot, I just can't get it right, dude. I don't get it either way. So yeah, So the second time we went, I was just like off, man. I was like on it, dude. I was like, cutting, carving, jumping, all types of stuff, man, and I was like getting bold, man. We were doing the blues and the blacks, and I actually did a black diamond, which is like, if you ever been skiing, it's like the green, the blues, the double blues, black diamonds, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I did like a black diamond. I was like, yeah, man. So there was this one point in time where we went on to the hill, and I don't know what happened, but like I thought we were going down this one hill, and I turned around and like nobody's with me. I'm just like by myself, right? And this hill was a double black diamond. Right now, keep in mind, this is my second time ever skiing. It wasn't consistent days in a row. It was just my second time ever, right? And I'm just kind of like, oh shit, dude. Like, like I had started going down the hill, and it had got to a point where I went too far, and I couldn't turn around. And I was just like, dude, I got to get down this hill, man. And I tell you what, that hill looked like, like a wall, man. It was like straight up and down, like this. That's what it looked like in my mind, at least anyway. But, I was going, and I started cutting, I started carving, and I was, slowing myself down, and, and I was, scared, man. Like my heart was pounding, right? But I just kept going, and I used the little bit of skills that I learned, the pizza or whatever the case may be. And, next thing I know, I'm like looking up, and I'm like, yo, like I'm doing this, man. Like I'm actually getting down this hill, and like kind of stylish, might I add, just a little bit, but like nothing crazy, but a little bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but I get to the bottom of the hill, and I look up, and like I swear this like hill was like into the into the heavens, right? It was like you didn't even see the top. It was just like clouds, right? But yeah, man, and it looked like a wall going straight up, man. But I'm excuse me, I made it down, and it was one of those points where you kind of like just reflect on it, and it was like a huge victory, but it was like a personal victory for me. And it just one of those things that like reminded me in life, like, you don't always have the skills, you don't always have to have the skills to be the best at everything, but if you can get started and you can take what you've learned along the way and just get through it, then you're going to become better. You're going to grow more confidence next time, so the next time I'm going down that hill, it's like, oh, I've done this before, and I'm going to be a little bit more stylish. No backward stuff, but a little bit more stylish, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of how life is, and it's like, that's just kind of how, whenever I have those moments in my life where, I'm not sure, or I'm a little nervous, or I'm frightened, right? Like how I was on that hill, I look back to how I got through that hill. And, it probably took me a minute to get down the hill, but it felt like an eternity, you know what I'm saying? And in life, it usually does feel like that. So, my takeaway from that whole experience is that, sometimes you don't have to know everything. You just have to know what you know and use that to your advantage to get through or, over your obstacle as best as possible. So, yeah, so that's my little bit of advice right there, on, overcoming a fear or, something that you might have, and just look back at those points in your life where, you were at a point where you were faced, with a situation like that, and you had to make a decision and step forward. And, you came out on the other side probably, maybe a little beat up, maybe a little, little cut, little bruise, but after you get to the other side, you're like, yeah. That felt good. So, so that's it. So that's my little story time for today. This is my SSS Veda blog post. If you like it, please comment, subscribe, or smash the thumbs up button, and, let me know what you think, man. So is there something that you've dealt with that you've overcame, or maybe you did a video similar to this, drop your link in there, man. Let me check it out, So until next time, signing off. Peace.